Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis, and starting on the daily chart, because of course we need always to remember that we are in a very big impulse towards the upside, looking for a wave 5 to be finished, of course, towards the upside. Inside this impulse, we see already a finished a BEC for a wave 4, possibly targeting the 0.5 fib level, which is a perfect fib level and target for a wave 4. Now, inside this correction, of course, and after this correction, we are looking possibly here to a formation of a 1, 2, and then possibly 3 or another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since we got a higher high than before, we can definitely say that this could be one of the scenarios where we are getting another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish a wave 5 towards the upside. Another scenario, if you remember, we have our diagonal, which it should has been done in this exactly a pattern, where hitting the 1.618 for an expanding flat after having an A B, and a C. So in that case scenario, we have of course a finished zigzag here, ABC. We have ABC, your expanding flat should goes to the 1.618 at 76,185. And in that case scenario, because of the price action given in this big wave, where we can see a 1, 2 possibly hitting almost the 0.786, which is a perfect target for a wave 2 in an impulse and in a diagonal. So therefore this could be also working as diagonal, especially that we are looking at a zigzag now here. In case we don't see any continuation towards the upside as an impulse, because this can work as well as 1, 2, 3, and still looking for 4 and a 5. So many possibilities now are open after this price action that we are looking at yesterday, with this drop so far, which is very expected, as you saw in my latest video. Of course, before it started dropping, I said, okay, is it a correction or is it a bearish scenario? So if it is a bearish scenario, then of course we want to see continuation towards the downside. And if it is a corrective, we're gonna see some range here that transforms this impulse to a wave A, B, and a C, of course, in a zigzag, flat, it doesn't matter. So as we can see, there is a lot of possibilities now, only even inside this uptrend. We can see a 1, 2, 1, 2, we can see a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. We can see as well a diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finishing of course an expanding flat here. So the bullish scenarios are still there, even if we are looking for some retracement. And don't forget, of course, that it can be even a finished impulse towards the upside with a diagonal, or an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. We counted that yesterday, this wave 5, where it is possible to be, but not high possibility, where it is possible to be a 5 waves finished towards the upside, where we can still looking for 3 waves towards the downside as 1, 2, 1, 2. So let's go inside in this uptrend to see exactly what's going on and analyze it much more closer. So if we open our 1 hour scenarios here, as you can see, this channel, our impulse channel, where we can see where your wave 3 should of course hit. Basically it could hit of course this channel, and then it should range somehow towards the upside, the downside, for a wave 4 hitting at least the channel here, or even going outside it. Now we can see this price action is going outside the channel right now. And if we want to count this as an extended wave 3, this is very possible. where we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, I have extended my wave 3 from here to here, where it is very, very possible that we are looking, of course, for a finished impulse anyway, if it is a zigzag as well, right? This is the only way to count it. So in that case scenario, we are looking still for a wave 4 here, touching so far the 0.23 and breaking it, and now getting deeper towards the 0.38 without touching it yet, which are the most common targets for a wave 4. Now, if we take the, this is your target of the impulse that we can see here, which is very possible, where we can see, of course, a diagonal, contracting diagonal towards the downside, then A, B, C for a wave 2. Then we are looking directly for a downtrend from there, where we can see a very, very small 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you want to count this much better on the 15-minute chart, of course, then we can count here the wave much, much clearer, where you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 finished a wave 1 here, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This wave 4, of course, belongs only to this wave 2, where you can see the wave 2 is just about 2 candles, and you see here your wave 4 is also very small and did not range so far, because your wave 2 here is much, much longer in time, of course. Therefore, I consider that this is unfinished impulse yet. This is only one wave towards the downside, where we can see a 1, 2, and a 3. We are still looking, of course, for a wave 4 and then wave 5, finishing of course, the wave 4 after this wave 2 time. So of course it needs to range at least 1-to-1 here with the time of a wave 4. In that case scenario, okay, we're gonna of course range in this area, and in that case scenario where the retracement retraces towards the 0.618, the possibilities start to get very, very low to continue this impulse towards the downside. By all means, if you touch the 0.618, it's not really invalidated as an impulse until, of course, only we touch the zone 1 of this impulse, right? Once we touch the wave 1 of this impulse, then you can consider this as 3 waves, right? A, B, and a C, where we can see a diagonal, a B, and a very long extended wave, a C, towards the downside, which is very also possible for an Elliott wave as well. In that case scenario, of course, you want to see some signals of continuation towards the upside, where you have finished your correction in 3 waves here, where we're gonna see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and then continuation towards the upside. So basically, of course, it is a very downtrend. However, so far now we can say it's almost done. We are still looking now for a wave 4 and then wave 5. In case this did not happen, of course, we have to transform this into A, B, and a C as a correction for our impulse before, where we can see here a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So you see now the conflict between the wave 4 of a bearish scenario or of a bullish scenario. Well, don't forget the big size has priority, right? The large scale has always priority, unless we can consider this as well as 1, 2, or A, B, and a C finished a zigzag towards the upside. In case you finish this as a zigzag, to make sure that we finish this as a zigzag, we need at least of course, the same scenario. You need at least to reach the 0.618, and also not just that, but also, yes, to get into the zone 1 at 60,600. So once we touch the 60,600, I would say we are in a bearish scenario. Before this, we are still a very, very bullish scenario, where we can see 1, 2, 3. We are looking at a wave 4 and a wave 5, possibly as well as 1, 2, 1, 2, 2 finished impulse, we are looking for a wave 2 towards the upside in 3 waves as well, and then moving up explosively and massively. Another scenario is that it could be a 1, 2, 3 as before, and we have here a wave 4 with a flat and a wave 5, where we can see here a diagonal formation with a very small, but it's, yeah, of course it's still possible, but very low possibility that we are here a finished impulse as 1, 2. In that case, of course, also you want to seek for 3 waves towards the downside and move as well impulsively again with a wave 3 towards the upside. So therefore we can, yeah, you see the conflicts now that I talked about it yesterday, that is this a move towards the downside is gonna create a conflict. And of course Bitcoin loves to do it, right? It loves to make it so hard and so complicated, especially when we start to see some movement in the market and high volatility, right? So the things start to get a little bit more complex and bringing us into the shade of being between a bullish and a bearish scenario. How it was, of course, which it was always. However, now the scenarios are so many inside only one trend towards the upside. Right, are so many. We have many impulse or many bullish scenarios where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possibly, or finished impulse 1, 2, or double 1, 2, right, or even a diagonal still working. Okay, so all in this trend now, and even with this downside, all the bullish patterns are still available. Okay, by all means, this is what I want to say. All the bullish patterns are still very available. There is no single pattern that it cannot be applied to this trend towards the upside. Okay, bearish scenario is simply zigzag, very simple, transforming this into WXY and then moving impulsively towards the downside, reaching, of course, this zone, invalidating this all bullish patterns, all of them. I mean, except a 1, 2, right? And then moving down, maybe later on in 3 waves towards the downside, and 1, 2, closing the CME gap. Don't forget about it. And then moving towards the upside with a wave 3 again for our bigger scenario on the daily chart. So that was it for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like if you like the content, and also subscribe for the channel if you didn't yet. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.